Yo, what's up, guys? My name is BearLight here with the newest member of the content creation team here for your Charlotte Phoenix. We've got CLT Deridium in the house, and our community really excited to get to know you. We're excited to have you on board. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how and why you got into gaming, the Deridium story.
Oh man, it's actually an insanely long story, but I'll start with the very beginning. So the very beginning of my gaming origin story would be when I was around 8 or 9 years old. I would attend a computer science camp actually back in my hometown in Alabama, and for years I basically played at this computer science camp, learned the ins and outs, how to, software, hardware, how to, diagnose computers, address issues, bugs, and definitely gaming alongside that. What was interesting was in that computer science camp, we used to host like miniature LAN tournaments, and there were like 30 kids, and we would, there were like 30 or 30 plus computers in a square. So based on how you did in like the Quake, tournament and the Team Deathmatch Classic, because this is like back in the day, so we would play those in like Unreal tournament.
Yes, sir.
Based how you placed in those, you would get a different quality computer that you would be able to use. So there were like, there's a top 3 placement, like Champions Ring set of computers, and there were like 25 to 30 other computers that had really good software to decent to not the best. So that was pretty much the fire that kind of kicked it all off for me, which was really cool. I think looking back, it's a really cool start to my journey.
Yeah, I agree. I actually do similar things to you. We host LAN tournaments all the time and online tournaments, so I've always created the structure in that and kind of the layout and how everything would work behind the scenes, the operations, if you will. So always been pretty cool to meet you. What about these days? What are you into these days as far as what you like to play? Obviously, Apex Legends one of them, but let's say it goes down, right? And Apex Legends servers are down. What would be like your next go-to game? What are some of the games that you're into?
It really depends. I think that sometimes it's nice to take a day to enjoy some single player games, or hop on a game like GTA 5 where there's just so much chaos and multiplayer madness. So it really just depends. I've really been wanting to try out Elden Ring. My roommate says that it's one of the best games, to play single player. Very challenging, really cool story. Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually on my list as well. Yeah, I hear it's one of the top games. So I'm really interested in shooters, FPS games, games with a lot of action, nice storyline, just pretty much games like that.
Yeah, great response, because in my opinion, Elden Ring is the top release of this year. So it's definitely something you have to get your hands on, and a lot of my friends have been saying the same thing. So definitely mad respect. Let's talk about you as a streamer, what your goals are, your missions as a streamer today, and then you can kind of rewind it. Has it always been that way? Has your mission ever changed over time from when you began streaming?
I would say that back in 2018 is when I really started my streaming journey. I had just moved out of my friend's house. I kind of really found a love for it when I got my own place, and I joined a really cool community that played a lot of Fortnite back in the day, and it was just a nice close-knit community, and I just enjoyed hopping on, talking to the friends, and playing games. But it definitely snowballed and developed in ways that I didn't really expect. But if I look back before I started streaming, I was really into Counter-Strike in like 2015, 2016, and I played CEVO tournaments, just a couple amateur tournaments, and I really enjoyed team-based games, team-oriented games, developing synergy, and I think that had a big influence on like after I started streaming, because I wasn't really focused on that when I first started. But as I started to play more and more, and I had to figure out how to expand and how to continue to enjoy my time in front of the camera, I developed a love for competitive. And I actually played in my first LAN tournament in Fortnite back in 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2018, sorry, not 2017. But yeah, I played in my first LAN. It was like a Microsoft Mixer Matchups tournament. We placed first in the Southeast region, and from there I was really hell-bent on you know, playing competitively and giving it my all because it was really fun. But I think that it's also changed once again. Once I started playing Apex, I got into it competitively. I didn't really have the same spark that I felt like I had back in Counter-Strike or, you know, back in Fortnite at one point. So I've just been trying to enjoy my time in front of, you know, people and make sure they're having a good time while we're, you know, playing games together, doing community stuff or reaching out to other creators for some fun, you know, events. But yeah, that's pretty much kind of what my goals are moving forward. I definitely am just looking to be a community driven kind of person. I've started a second YouTube channel which talks a bit more about, you know, tutorials and what I've learned over the past 3 years playing the game. So I like to share that information with anyone that has any questions, and pretty much just, you know, sit back, kick it, enjoy, tell people, you know, anything they want to hear about the game, and, you know, that's pretty much it moving forward.
That's great. I think, you know, a good balance definitely helps. And for you, having the competitive mind, I'll have to bring you on for the Apex Legends streams, like hands down. If you're into that kind of thing, when the team performs, right? For those of you who don't know, the Charlotte Phoenix also have that pro Apex Legends team with Greek, Stink, and they've added Bowser recently too. So they're definitely on the up and up. So we'll have you on to cast, because that competitive nature you can get some real insight from that. So did you get any tips from Greek when he casted Worlds?
Oh yeah, that was so entertaining. I loved hearing, you know, what they had to say about the games. I think that they have great competitive mindsets, Greek and Wig both. I think that they have a lot of knowledge about the game, so it's nice to hear from some people that really know what they're talking about. And it was cool to see one of our boys, you know, representing on the big main world stage.
Sure.
I was rooting for him. It was really cool. Yeah.
A super cool experience for sure. Let's talk a little bit about Dojo World. It's super interesting to me. It says here on the website, it's a collection of competitors and creators, which we just talked about, by the way, whose goal is to motivate others to follow their dreams, to be a beacon for inspiration to future gamers. I love seeing initiatives like this. Super cool. What are some of the things that Dojo World is doing to advance that statement and to be part of the scene?
I think that at the core, Dojo World really, really respects people that are very driven, motivated, you know, that have talent and they execute upon it. And, you know, we like that drive and, you know, that nature. And we try to express it in creative ways, you know, with like Apex Legends movement. You know, we have some people that compete. We have some people that do really cool things. Content wise, so we just have an appreciation for each other and people that, you know, of the like mindset that you know, mainly enjoy Apex and, you know, the cool opportunities and techniques and strategies that come along with the game. So yeah, it's pretty much just a collective that just really pushes, you know, each other and, you know, looks for development and growth. And yeah, pretty much.
Cool. And where can they find this initiative to you online?
So we have a Twitter account that we update pretty regularly. We follow a lot of our friends that are also part of the, you know, friend group or team or collective. And a lot of them have their own personal socials, and we have a YouTube channel. It's called Dojo World as well. And we also have a website that has, you know, links to our members' socials and links to our YouTube and videos and little about me's to tell you a bit more about, you know, us, pretty much.
Beautiful. And we'll actually link that below as well in our YouTube channel, so that way you can check it out too. Let's go for a new segment. This is the first time we're doing it. It's let's go clip diving. It's a segment where we check out one of your clips from your streams, and we'll kind of go through and kind of break it down. I want to see your perspective on the clip itself. So go ahead and check it out.
He's gonna get grappled now. Holy man. I literally did 180 damage to him. One clip. by Imperial Hal. Absolutely one clip. I'm getting off, bro. I'm gonna play a different game. I'm not playing this game anymore. Nope, that's it.
So appropriately, it's you being one clipped in the clip type. So that's definitely appropriate. But to be fair, it was Imperial Hal though that got you.
Yeah. That clip is, oh, man, I actually remember it so clearly because that day I just was having such a hard time playing ranked, and I mean, you can hear me in the clip. Just I'm like beat. I'm already beat. Like, and I just run into one of the best players in the game, and it just solidifies it. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, this is it. This is my breaking point, man. Like, I was already having such a hard time finding people to play with, and going out against one of the champs was just tore me.
Bro, you're already in shambles. Like, the least I can do is just leave you alone, right?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. But fans apparently praised Imperial Hal as well during champs. I don't know if you got to kind of read about this, but he wasn't shooting at somebody who apparently disconnected during the game itself. He got a whole lot of praise about it, but he couldn't give you a break here too? No?
I know. I saw him, showcasing his competitive nature, and that was out on World's Edge, actually. At the No Name place next to Fragment City. I saw the clip. I actually had a lot of respect for that. I like that. That was great sportsmanship. But yeah, I guess he didn't see the same. He didn't have that same nature towards me. But that's okay.
Shoot a man while he's down. I can't believe
it. Yeah,
cool.
That's okay.
On to the final segment. It is Hipfire. I've named because it's gonna be quick fire questions where we get to know you just a little bit better. So let's kick it off now. You ready?
Absolutely.
All right, first one, already took care of that one earlier in the stream, so that's good. Now, second question, since we skipped that already and got to it, KBM or controller, what do you use?
I use a mouse and keyboard.
Gotcha. Yeah. You know that Stinket and Greek, they're
both roller players.
Controller players. Yeah.
Yeah. Our boy Bowser reps a mouse and keyboard though. Know that. I met him at DreamHack, and I actually played against him in the BenQ tournament. That was an arenas tournament for Apex. Okay. Yeah, so I got to clash against him, in person, which was really cool. But yeah.
Gotcha. What's your setup look like? What's your setup look like? What keyboard, what mouse do you use?
I have I'm not sure. I got this keyboard about 2 years ago. I actually can show you here, I think. It's a nice RGB keyboard with some pudding caps.
All right.
I like it a lot. It's got pretty soft keys, and I'm currently rocking a Gretzko wireless. It's not a very popular mouse, but it's got a very nice weight, and I like the honeycomb feature, which makes it a bit more lightweight. And I really enjoy the shape. It's close to a final mouse shape. But yeah, that's pretty much my current setup, my current build, and I've been rocking with it for close to a year now. But my keyboard's a bit older.
Yeah. Well, it's not always about the equipment. Obviously, you want some good equipment, but it's how you use it. And if you want to see Deridium use it, you got to check out his Twitch channel to find out. Yeah. An easy one here. Which legend do you typically go with when you're playing Apex Legends?
Oh, I would say probably right now Horizon. I think that Horizon is one of the best aggressive characters in her kit. Just has a lot of capability for movement, something that I'm a really big fan of, and her resetting and being aggressive, knocking down doors, comboing it with grenades for insane damage. So I definitely, if I had to pick one, absolutely Horizon at the moment.
Gotcha. If you were allowed to pick two, who would you pick?
If I were allowed to pick two, I would pick Gibraltar as a nice second, because I think support characters are very important. I think that he has a lot of impact, and a lot of people don't understand, how to play him very well. I've played him a decent amount, and I played him in competitive when I played, at ALGS circuit back maybe like 8 months ago. But yeah, I think I would pick Gibraltar as a close second. I think he is, he's one of the highest picked in competitive, and I think he's one of the best characters in the game to date still. So it's hard to argue with that one.
Yeah, with good reason too, right? That protection is everything in some heated fights. No doubt about it. Let's go with the weapon that you find, right, on the map, and you're like, hey, listen, I have this weapon, now our team's gonna win. No doubt, like hands down.
Flatline. It's got to be the flatline. The close range capabilities on that gun are just incredible. As long, coupled with a nice mid-range accuracy and a nice big clip, and heavy bullets do a decent amount of damage. Nice fire rate as well. It's just extremely well-rounded, I would say. The flatline is just one of the most well-rounded. You can use it as a secondary. You can use it as a primary. It's good close range, mid-range. So flatline, I pick up the flatline, I'm beaming 100%, hands down.
Oh yeah. What about the wingman? You think the wingman?
Oh,
is it still broken?
I was just using the wingman today. I haven't been picking it up a lot because it's been in the crafter this season, season 13. So my wingman's not insanely sturdy right now. I think it's a very, very, very good weapon, top tier. One of the top 5 weapons in the game for sure. It's definitely got, you know, the same as the flatline, but I would say it has a bit more hit, or, you know, a bit more of a punch at range, because there's not really damage fall off, and the close range is good as well, as long as you can hit your shots hip firing. But yeah, I think it's a really, really good gun as well. I'm just not the best with it currently because I have not been crafting it or picking it up daily or normally or regularly.
Hey, shout out to you for saying the name of the segment within the segment.
Yeah.
Also, I tricked you. That was all to see your capability of, you know, analyzing the game itself. So you're hired. You're gonna be in the booth for the next one.
Okay.
So let's get
I'm
away
so
from.
down.
Let's go. So let's get away from the gameplay itself. Your favorite gamer drink/snack combo. It doesn't have to be game related, I guess, but what's your go-to?
Well, that's tough because lately I've been trying to be really healthy, but I would say my favorite snack has to be kettle cooked jalapeno chips. I would say that's my favorite snack, and a nice mango juice just always hits, like just a nice mango juice. You know?
Yeah, we used to have those mango slushies at Target when I used
to
work there,
my
like ages ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. And jalapeno kettle chips are my favorite. Oh
really?
My God, yes. Absolutely, dude.
Like mine, man.
Bro, after the pool and you want some
the crunch is just ridiculous.
It's so hard.
And the flavor is just incredible, yeah.
Absolutely. And then final question for you, favorite creator that you like to watch currently?
Currently, I'd probably say one of my roommates, Lyric. I love him. It's always a nice time in his chat. He's hilarious.
Nice.
You know, he's a really long time friend of mine now. So I just really enjoy, you know, his presence. He's cool. I like his stream. He's got a great vibe. He's very talented. He's got great skills when it comes to playing the game. So he's entertaining to watch. So yeah, I'd say probably Lyric.
Awesome. Love it. Big shout out to him as well. And thank you so much, Deridium. We're super excited to have you on board with the team, and we appreciate you taking your time to come and talk with us, man.
Of course. It's been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely. If you want to check out Deridium, you can check him out at twitch.tv/Deridium. Thank you so much for tuning in.